Hi, and welcome to the second of my walks along the southern bank of the River Thames, sort of southwest of Walton Bridge. You can see it on the map above, just zooming in. It's titled R.O.A.R number 12. There are some letters on the map depicting at certain stages where I will be during this video. And we start at point A, crossing a little stream over a wooden bridge and heading towards Broadwater, which I believe is an old oxbow lake. So I'll talk a bit more as we go into the video. All of this area is a floodplain and is crisscrossed by a number of little ditches and streams, and we're just coming up to the second wooden bridge crossing one of those streams. So in the winter it's very wet here. Just turning around now because my sister is just proving that she can keep up with me, and it's not doing too bad for her age. She's 11 years older than me. As you can see, this area is very flat and it is an alluvial floodplain, and the River Thames is not very far off to my right hand side. So this part of the walk is fairly boring. So I am going to speed up the film, and you'll see me pick up my pace a bit and just shorten this section of the film up so that it's we get to the more interesting part at Broadwater. Even though we're in a greenbelt area, we're constantly reminded even here we're not too far away from Heathrow Airport and the accompanying aeroplanes that constantly fly overhead. I'm just going to spin around here again and show you where we've walked from and how flat the area is. Again, as I said before, this is a large alluvial floodplain for the River Thames, and some of these trees have been planted deliberately to keep this area drained of excessive water. We're now just about to enter a woodland across another little wooden bridge over another stream, and this is point C on the map. Through the trees on my left, you'll just begin to see the start of broad water, and up on the higher ground behind it, a development of some quite nice houses and apartments that have really nice views down and over the water. Trees and water always create some brilliant reflections. And even big trees that recently brought down in storms retain their dignity and still create an impressive sight laying in the water where they fell. This is one such tree, and even though it's bare of leaves, it still stands impressive where it fell. Human footsteps and human voices always conjure up the thought of food in a duck's mind, and here's just an example of a whole family, or maybe two families, swimming across towards us. The only thought in their minds is that we may have some bread or some morsels to feed them. Unfortunately for them, we didn't come prepared and carried on walking down the river. And I can just imagine what they were saying behind our backs. I've skipped the filming from point D on the map to point E on the map, purely because we've gone through an area where it didn't seem reasonable for me to film, being that it is a health resort, a health club, and I didn't want any issues. So I'm now back on the normal towpath along the River Thames, the south side of Desborough Island, and so I continue the walk along here until we get nearly back to the car park, where for the same reasons I haven't filmed walking back into the car park into our car. There are several boats cruising up and down the river along this section, and quite a few boats of varying sizes moored up on the towpath here. Some probably for just short stays, and some look as though more permanent stays. To live on an arrowboat is definitely on my bucket list. I'd love to travel the 2,000 odd miles of the UK canal system and rivers. This is the end of this walk, as there's only a car park up ahead, and I don't want to upset anybody that may be parked in there sitting in their cars. See you in the next video. If you enjoyed this video, please click on the thumbs up button, and if you want to hear any more of my ramblings, press on the subscribe button and the little bell icon by the side of it, and YouTube will let you know when I put some more ramblings on YouTube.